Subscribe to Mirza's Education and press on bell icon for every notification.
Based on the problems on orthographic projection. So this is going to be yet another problem, and for this particular object we're going to be making the front view. Okay, from here we're going to be making the top view from here, and we also would be making the left hand side view. Okay, so when we're going to be looking at this object over from here. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that, and for that we're going to be having initially a reference line, and let me tell you, this reference line is something above which we're going to be having this vertical plane over here. Okay, the portion above this reference line, and the portion which falls below this reference line is for horizontal plane. Now horizontal plane is meant for top view, whereas vertical plane is meant for the front view. So guys, initially we're going to be assuming that this entire object is lying at a height of 10 millimeters above the horizontal plane and at a distance of 10 millimeters in front of the vertical plane. So this point is at a distance of 10 millimeters above the HP, and this point over here, let me show that. This point over here, it's at a distance of 10 millimeters in front of the vertical plane. So let's go ahead and make the front view. You guys can see this portion. Okay, let me zoom on this. So this has a width of 65 millimeters. So what basically I would be doing is I need to go this distance. So 65 minus 15 will give you this much. It's 50. So let's go and travel a distance of 50 millimeters. That's it. Now the next thing to do is to travel upstairs by an amount of 8 millimeters. So let's go ahead and fit that. 8. Done. Now what about this distance, guys? This is given as 15. Okay, let's go ahead and plot that. So this is going to be 15. So let's go ahead and check this. It should work out as 65. Alright, that's 65. Okay, fine. Now the next step, from this point we need to travel upstairs by an amount of 12 millimeters. You can see this. Okay, so we are now going to go ahead and plot a distance of 12 millimeters from this point. 12. Again, this horizontal distance that we need to travel is 25, so this is going to be 25. All right, now let's think about what is the next step that we're going to do. Now this vertical distance, you can see this vertical height, you can see. Okay, now this overall height of this object is 32. Now if you subtract this 12 millimeters from this 32 millimeters, you're going to get 20 millimeters as the value. So we can say that we have to travel a distance of 20 millimeters in the upward direction. All right, so from this point we need to travel 20 millimeters. That's it. Okay, now what shall be done? Okay, now from this point onwards, what we need to do is we need to travel a distance of 42 millimeters in the right hand side direction. So for locating this point, let me hypothetically put up a point in this direction. This is going to be 20. All right, and then from this point onwards we need to travel a distance of 42. That's it. So I've reached here, and this point corresponds to this point over here. Now what to do now? So we did this 8, we did this 15, and what about this height? I don't know what this height is. Something else has to be worked out then. Okay, so the best possible thing to do right now, okay, is to travel along this line of at any random length and to join this point with this point. Okay, I don't know how much the length of this line is, but now I know that this intersection point, and below this intersection point there is this corner which is 15 millimeters below. So I'll be traveling a distance of 15 millimeters over here. That's it. And from this point what I'm going to be doing is, let me show you. I had a point over here, somewhere here. That's it. Okay, now let me erase these things, this also. So eventually it has worked out as, okay, so this is going to work out as, let me show you guys. Let me show you. So this should work out as 42, and this I'm sure will work out as 42. All right, and this should probably work out as 15 from this point to this point. That's it. That's 15. Perfect, no issues. So this is probably the front view, and let us see whether there are any other portions which needs to be shown. Let us figure that out. Okay guys, that's all we can see in the front view, and now let us go ahead and darken the portion. All these lines, let us darken them, because these are the lines which are going to be visible directly. You guys can darken this with the help of an H pencil. That's it. Something is left. Okay, this is, yeah, done. So what's next, guys? we need to create the top view for this. And for that, in the top view, you're going to be seeing a width of 65 and this length of 35. So I'm going to go ahead. This is going to be 65, and down below I'm going to be going 35, 65, and then back to where we started. All right. So this zigzag portion, you see, this zigzag portion will appear as a line over here. That's it. This line over here represents this one. Okay. Now this zigzag line yet again will appear as a straight line in the top view by this line. And finally we have this zigzag line in the form of this straight line. And let us now darken all of them with the help of an H pencil. Done. So what else are you gonna see? Okay, now this inclined portion, you see, this inclined portion starting from here ending here is going to be seen from the top. So basically what I'll be doing is I'm going to be projecting these points from here to here. All right, and this is the portion that you're going to see. Let me darken that. All right, is there something else which you're going to see? Now this distance I'm talking about, this distance from this point, this sort of a rectangular portion that you're going to see, let us figure that out. Now this distance is 10. Okay, so what basically I'm going to be doing is this point corresponds to this point over here. So I need to travel a distance of 10 millimeters down below. Okay, so that's 10 millimeters for you, and I need to search this particular point. All right, so how can I do that? So what you need to do is you need to project this line in the downward direction. So that's the point I'm talking about. And the next thing to do is to join this particular point with this point. Okay, so this is the edge I was talking about. Will appear as something like this over here. Okay, let us darken that. All right, now let's see what else can be done. Now there is this edge over here. There is this edge behind this point. There is an edge. Behind this point there is an edge, and that edge will not appear from the top. So basically what we're going to be doing is something which cannot be seen, but it is an edge in a particular view, has to be given respect in the form of a hidden line. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to draw that line with the help of a hidden line sort of. Well, that's it. Let me use a different color. So that's a hidden line. Is there any other edge which is lying beneath the surface? Let us see. Well guys, that's all we'll be able to see in the top view. Now we're going to go ahead and make the side view. So we're going to be looking at this object from over here, that is from the left hand side, and its corresponding left hand side view is going to be made towards the right of this front view. Initially I'm going to be drawing a line. Okay, and let us project these lines towards the right hand side. Just do that quickly. All right. Now let us rotate these lines by an angle of 45 degrees, and for that please follow the steps. You guys can make use of a mini drafter for this purpose. Done. Now let me bring horizontal lines from this point, and let me draw this vertical line, and please follow the steps. The steps are pretty simple. Once you have made the front and top view, the side view is not really an issue. It basically depends on the intersection of lines. Now that's all right. Now we're gonna go ahead and create the final side view, and for that let's see what can be seen directly, and is there an edge which is lying behind the surface? We have to work that out also. All right, so from the side view you're going to be seeing this L sort of a portion. All right, L sort of a portion, and in fact this edge will be clearly visible, this edge will be clearly visible, this edge and this edge will be clearly visible in the form of a line, and this zigzag edge also will be clearly visible in the form of a line. So let's go ahead and plot that, starting from here, 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 here. That's it. Now let us figure out this L sort of a portion. So this sort of a portion is 10 millimeters wide. Let us check that. Let us check that this is 10 millimeters. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this downwards, okay, until we reach here, and then we need to close it down here. All right, so this is going to be 12. Let me check whether this portion is 12 or not. Yeah, it's 12. Is there something else which can be seen? Really? Let us work that out. Now guys, there is an edge behind this point, somewhere here there is an edge, but since it is lying behind the surface, it has to be given some respect. All right, so we're now gonna go ahead. This edge is at a height of 8 millimeters. So where is it? Let me check this. This is 8, I guess, isn't it? Yeah. So this edge I'm talking about. So what basically I'm going to be doing is, let me make a line over here, hidden lines. That's it. Or even this edge over here. Let me do this correctly. Okay. Now this edge behind this point, there is an edge in the form of this edge I'm talking about. This edge is also there. When you look at this object from the left hand side, the edge is always there. Okay, it's not visible directly, but it has to be given some respect in the form of a hidden line. And let us do that immediately. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift this line slightly towards this point, and then I'm going to copy this and I'm going to shift this line over here. That's it. So that's all you will be able to see in the left hand side view. So guys, this over here represents the front view, this is the top view, and this represents the left hand side view. So guys, that was all from my side.
So these are the few examples of orthographic projections with solutions. There is a question and also answer. So you have to, first thing is you have to observe the front view, side view and top view. These are the most important things in orthographic projection. If you practice this whole question, this is more than enough to complete the 5th unit.